Cats was one of the most successful Broadway musicals of all time, running for decades. And then a movie was made about it. Directed by Tom Hooper and featuring people like James Corden, Idris Elba, and more. Just like Avatar. Wait, what do you mean there's no Avatar movie? When the movie adaptation was announced, people were excited. But instead of it being a hit, it was one of the worst cinematic disasters in recent history. For those unfamiliar with cats, here's a quick summary. A tribe of cats competes during the annual Jellicle Ball, where one lucky feline will be chosen to ascend to the Heaviside Layer and be granted new life. Cats 2019 failed because it misunderstood its audience, relied on unsettling visuals, and lacked the charm that made the stage musical a success. Instead of bringing the magic of Broadway to the screen, it became a cautionary tale of what happens when technology overshadows storytelling. So what really happened here? While they have the same title, they have their differences. In the original play, there is no main storyline and no main character. It just follows all the Jellicle cats as a whole. In the movie, they took what was a background character with no lines, Victoria, played by Francesca Hayward, and made her the main character, with the storyline now following her and what she wants in life. Macavity, the main villain, gets more of a backstory in the movie than in the play. Macavity, played by Idris Elba, is a mysterious, dangerous, and magical cat who kidnaps contestants in order to get into the Heaviside Layer. The Heaviside Layer is a place where chosen cats essentially get to go to heaven and get reincarnated into what they would be like when returning. Now on to Old Deuteronomy. Old Deuteronomy is the eldest Jellicle cat, and the one who chooses the next cat that goes into Heaviside Layer. In the play, the character who was originally played by a male, but in the movie, they are played by a female, Judi Dench. These changes significantly altered the film's structure. But were they better? Short answer, no. What is the biggest issue of the movie? The CGI, of course. When the movie was first announced, early reactions focused on how terrifying and awful the CGI looked. Just like Sonic the Hedgehog, the backlash forced the studio to rework the CGI. But unlike Sonic, the final result was still a mess. Instead of practical effects like in the stage musical, the filmmakers relied on digital fur technology, and it backfired. Digital fur technology was meant to blend live action with CGI, but instead, it created an uncanny mess. It's clear that Tom Hooper didn't understand his audience or what they wanted from this movie. The original Cats might have given kids nightmares, but its abstract style embraces weirdness, and that worked in his favor. The film, however, tried too hard to look realistic, and that's where it all fell apart. It was too weird for Broadway fans, but also too confusing for newcomers who had no idea what they were watching. Another major failure of this movie was its focus on star power over substance. The cast featured big names like Taylor Swift, James Corden, and but most of them had no musical theater experience. Instead of delivering strong performances, the film became more widely about celebrity recognition than quality acting. For example, James Corden and Rebel Wilson's comedic timing didn't fit and clashed with the film's tone.
Where am I?
It seems we're on a barge in the middle of the Thames.
What are you doing here?
I haven't got the faintest clue. And I've lost all of my cockroaches.
I can't be on a barge in the middle of the Thames. I'm supposed to be going to the ball.
Unlike the play, which embraces weirdness in a fun way, the movie tried to make everything feel realistic, making it feel unintentionally creepy and awkward instead of magical. This last part is going to focus on editing. Even after audiences reacted negatively to the CGI, the studio still rushed the movie release. Universal even released an updated version after its initial release to fix unfinished effects, meaning that there are technically 3 versions of the film. For example, Judi Dench's character, Old Deuteronomy, was seen with human hands, complete with a wedding band. Overall, the editing was a disaster. Overall, this movie was a disaster. With a budget of $95 million, it flopped at the box office, earning only $74.6 million. What this whole thing tells us is that not every musical can work as a movie, and that CGI should enhance storytelling, not take away from it. A film should prioritize a strong script and clear direction over star casting. Instead of becoming a cult classic film, it ended up being a classic flop. But what did you guys think? Did you suffer through Cats, or were you one of the lucky ones who avoided it? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more deep dives into weird, terrible, and maybe even good movies. Thanks for watching.